4,000 financial institutions have officially announced that they will use XRP by the end of 2025, causing the price of XRP to potentially skyrocket, as Forbes has confirmed, to over $59,472 within the next 6 to 8 months, and even potentially over $100,000, as Brad Garlinghouse CEO predicted that Bitcoin will reach $200,000 by the year end, and that XRP will surpass it as $654 trillion will begin flowing into the XRP ledger in days. And I mean, it's quite clear, the Bitcoin price right now is currently sitting at $107,000. And of course, even back a couple weeks ago, sitting at close to $120,000 per Bitcoin. And so this is the clear emphasis that why you need to own at least 10 XRP by the end of 2025. It is the most important step that you are ever going to do, as this could literally make you a multi-millionaire overnight. The true number for how much XRP you need is only 10 XRP. Some of you guys have millions of XRP, some of you guys have hundreds of thousands, others tens of thousands, others just thousands, and some absolutely zero. And those are the guys that are going to be missing out the most, because really all you need is 10 XRP for the potential to make generational wealth. And we've actually partnered with Liable, the largest XRP exchange, to allow you guys to get free XRP, literally free. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, post notifications, and share this video, and then sign up on Liable using my link in the description, and you do yourself a transaction. Now, the transaction can literally be any amount. It could literally be 1 penny, $1, $10, any amount you want. But as long as you sign up and you do a transaction, which the whole process takes 5 minutes, you're going to get up to $100 worth of free money where you can then buy XRP. This means that not only are you going to get, the chance to get yourself a massive bag of XRP, but you're not going to have to spend a single dollar at all. You're literally going to get the money. You just have to spend 5 minutes worth of your time, and you're not going to get 10 XRP. Rather, you're going to get 50 or 100 XRP, where you can then have that money stored up for your future, for your kids, to build generational wealth. This 5 minutes of your time could literally make you multi-millions right in the future, in the next 2, 3, 4 years, or 5 years, as Brad Garlinghouse himself actually stated that Swift, 14% of the volume they transact, which is over $1.4 trillion, would actually inflow into the XRP price in just 5 years. And it may sound crazy, but while XRP's price is currently $2.18 and it facilitated a volume of about $1.53 billion, the truth is, XRP's real value is substantially beyond that. And supply shock could happen at any moment when you look at the big picture, as not only are you going to get $1.5 trillion from Swift, but we're also going to get trillions from all of the institutions trying to jump on the XRP ledger. In fact, over 4,000 financial institutions, and we're going to go over a few here, that have announced the use of XRP by the end of 2025. And these institutions are an integral part of the entire ecosystem. I mean, JP Morgan has officially accepted XRP for credit card and mortgage payments, confirmed by Google and multiple other sources. Wells Fargo approved payments in XRP for credit card and loan debts. Again, also confirmed. We have Wall Street executive stating that selling XRP is like selling Apple stock in its early days. And this happens following another massive partnership where Ripple joined the Bank of International Settlements, known as the BIS, to facilitate payment to cover over $14.5 trillion through the World Derivatives Market / Association. And crazy enough, it's not just institutions, but it even goes on a higher scale, on a global country reserve level, where you have James, the Ripple official that handles cross-border payment integration, revealing that over 30 global countries have announced that they will be building a central bank digital currency known as a CBDC on the XRP ledger, possibly in the next couple of months, and emphasizing that they're in discussions with plenty more. Guys, this is live, and this is a clip that you might have heard, you might have not heard, but this is the report. I'm going to just quickly go over this. You're going to listen to this closely shortly, but he highlights it quite clear that, take a look at the numbers here. They're going to pop up right now. 5 countries that have officially begun the process and are almost done building a CBDC on the XRP ledger. You have 5 that have been approved for integration, and they're about to start integrating a CBDC on the XRP ledger. And then you have another 20 that actually reached out to Ripple to tell them that we would like to build a CBDC on top of the XRP ledger. This is massive. We're talking about 15.38% of the global countries. You're talking about, again, 30 countries, and the scale of these countries include Russia, the United Arab Emirates, Japan, and multiple other countries. Guys, take a look at this report coming from Ripple. Crypto means business. CBDCs on the XRP ledger. You have the Republic of Palau. You have Russia, Montenegro, Uruguay, Hong Kong, Japan, New Zealand, and the United Arab Emirates, known as the UAE. And there's probably a bunch of other countries that are also on the list that have not yet been disclosed and have not been made public for people like us to know. But the real deal here, and this is something that we want to delve deep into, is over $650 trillion coming to the XRP ledger by one of the largest institutions. Yes, RealFi is unlocking $654.39 trillion onto the XRP ledger using their native token, which is the Real token, also built on the XRPL. Now we're going to get into this shortly, but one thing that got my attention is $10 million per XRP. This is what we're looking at for the price of XRP, or at least $1 million per XRP, 10 XRP being $10 million. This was reported by Eastman. It was posted back in 2022, and it says in the future 10 XRP will equal $10 million. To which he highlighted that Bitcoin was just a test of XRP, which will be the first multi-million-dollar token, and that in the future 10 XRP will equal $10 million. Don't be stupid, be the bank before the bank goes live. Smitty. What is something that there was in common? Well, is the reference to XRP, and it's all about Bitcoin. The comparison of XRP to Bitcoin has been highlighted by Smitty. It's been highlighted by Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, and he said, Bitcoin will reach 200,000, but XRP will surpass it. It's been highlighted by Forbes, which said XRP is designed for $10,000 and must be scalable to accommodate 7.5 billion people. Actually, that was Arthur Britto, the co-founder of XRP. But Forbes mentioned, I think, in one of their articles that they had deleted, that the new Bitcoin is XRP and it's heading to $59,472. Something of that sort. So the numbers are all connected to the price of Bitcoin, and XRP will surpass Bitcoin. Now this is where things get serious and XRP becomes a whole nother level. I mean, thousands of dollars instantaneously because of one simple event causing supply shock. And this is where wealth will be generated, as this is short term. We're talking about not, years, but we're talking about days/weeks, where the introduction of $654 trillion will begin to flow, and it's all going to go through RealFi using the Real token built on the XRP ledger through XRP. So here's what we need to make clear. The RealFi institution is actually onboarding $654 trillion real estate market and real world assets onto the XRP ledger as early as in the next 2 to 3 weeks. On top of this, they've announced, the RealFi team, that they're in the final stages of onboarding a major institutional partnership that will unlock millions of dollars into transactions within the RealFi ecosystem and in the active use of the Real token. Now, what is crazy is that the Real token is built again on the XRP ledger, meaning every transaction that actually flows through Real token has to flow through XRP and the XRP ledger. So when we talk about supply shock happening for Real token and Real token reaching $65,000, which is very easy to reach actually, if only 1% of the $654 trillion goes into the Real token, that's over 65,000, and that can happen instantaneously overnight, as multiple experts and analysts have said multiple times. But this would also prompt XRP to go to $11,000 overnight. Now guys, if you do want to look into their Real token burn report, which they've already burned 20% of their phase 1 Real token supply, you can look into it right here. And they do provide a brief update. XRP ledger supply burn. It tells you how many tokens. So 14.995369. So about almost 15 million Real tokens were burnt, which is massive. Real tokens burnt were about 15 million, approximately 500,000 USD. Test transactions were completed prior to the official burn. The burn was done in 9 transactions. Now, of course, if we take a look at the Real token, guys, this thing is freaking bullish. You got massive support levels, very low resistance. I mean, easy breakout towards literally 60, 70, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. I mean, we're talking about 650 trillion with just 1% of that, you're talking about $65,000 per real token, currently sitting at 2 cents. It sounds crazy, but the truth is, we will see that massive breakout. In fact, the real token has been pinned and featured as the greatest token on the XRP ledger, which is extremely bullish. It's received a 100% BANX score, which is again massive, low risk for top 3 holders, 100% KYC score, and there's about 1,600 wallets. Just yesterday, guys, just yesterday, it was 1,500. So it is starting to get the eyes towards the real token, and it's going to break out. And once it breaks out, the train is going to be gone, and you won't be able to catch it because you're going to be forced to buy high and sell, you know, even higher. But the truth is that right now is the time for the peak. We got a massive peak. We did a minor retracement. This is nothing. We retraced 25% from a over plus 100,000% increase. This is the retracement you guys need. If you're not going to get in now, you're going to miss the train. Now, again, I'm not financial advisor, it's not financial advice, I'm doing research. And again, if you do want to look into RealFi and the first ever system that they built, the RealFi and real estate and payment solution unified by blockchain, you can check them out at payrealfi.com. All the links will be down below in the description. Again, I want to emphasize that I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, and always doing research. But if you guys do want to check them out, all you got to do is click on Real Token. It's going to show you their ecosystem and how they use 2 key tokens for their ecosystem. The Real Token, which again we've talked about and has a ton of potential, but they also use XRP, and it also shows you where you can get yourself some real tokens and where you can get yourself some XRP as well. You can use their widget, or you can go ahead and get it directly through the exchanges that have listed it on there. Now, guys, with that being said, I'm going to end off the video here because enjoy it, like, subscribe, share this video. I'll see you guys next time, and peace.